G'day. I've recently had surgery to repair a torn rotator cuff tendon that was damaged in a motorbike accident nearly a year ago. So I thought I'd put this video together to show you the first few weeks of my recovery, but I've also got some video of the actual operating procedure itself. It does get a little bit graphic, but look, it's not too bad. So I want to step you through the whole process of recovering from rotator cuff surgery. The first thing we need to do is have an accident. I fell onto my right shoulder, and because the bike was going uphill, I actually fell more than 90 degrees. Okay, just so I can start it. Yeah, start it. But with the help of a couple of mates, we got the bike upright and we were able to get it to the top of the hill, and I actually completed the day getting through some creek crossings, some dirt roads, and back out onto the highway heading home. As the weeks went by, I did realise there was some pain in my shoulder, but I assumed it would just come right. And it was several months later before I actually made an appointment with the doctor, who referred me to the local imaging centre, who undertook an ultrasound. That ultrasound, however, reported that the problem was tendonitis, and I was referred to the local physio, who gave me some exercises to undertake, and I was told it could take 6 or 7 months before this will just repair itself. So in the meantime, I just carried on with life. The sore shoulder wasn't impacting me too much, other than I couldn't really raise my right arm above the horizontal level, but it did mean I could still ride a motorbike and get about my daily activities. However, after about 8 months, I did start to think it's taking a very long time to come right. So that's when I got back in touch with the doctor, who referred me to a specialist. And the specialist diagnosed a torn rotator cuff tendon, something that can be readily repaired. And in fact, I was able to get surgery within about 10 days. So it's about this time you start to give some consideration to how am I going to get around the house with one arm in a sling. So I got to the shops and purchased some extra large clothing and also some elastic waisted pants. Now here's a great tip for helping you put on socks when you can't reach your toes. Take yourself an ice cream container. I personally recommend caramelised chocolate. Cut the end off the bottom. And what you're going to do is use this as a way to get your socks on by threading it over the top. So put it up against something, slide your foot in, and then you can use your good arm to pull your sock out, slip your foot out, and get it over your foot. This is the actual arthroscopic surgical procedure that I went through. Arthroscopic rotator cuff repair is a minimal invasive procedure used to treat injuries in rotator cuff tendons. In this procedure, small incisions are made in the shoulder. A small instrument equipped with a camera and light, called an arthroscope, is inserted into one of the incisions. The surgeon uses this device for image guidance during the procedure. Other small instruments are then inserted to remove the damaged tissue. In my case, the tendon had several tears that needed to be repaired before it could be reattached to the humerus. In the case of a tear, sutures will be used to tighten the tendon back down to the bone. To do this, Small holes are drilled into the bone of the humerus. The bone of the humeral head is prepared to receive the anchors. Small suture anchors with threads are then inserted into the holes. The threads are attached to the tendon and pulled tightly to hold the tendon to the bone. After the procedure, the arm is placed in a sling. Physical therapy will be needed to regain the shoulder range of motion and strength. In the first few days after surgery, you're likely to be on strong opioid-based pain relief, so be very careful with this stuff. It makes you quite woozy, and you certainly don't want to be signing any contracts or making any big decisions when you're having this stuff. So here at the 2-week point, the physio has suggested I just extend my hand by walking across the table and doing this several times a day to extend the arm and then retract. The other exercise the physio has recommended is really just rotating the shoulders up and down, forwards and back, but maintaining the sling on to support the weight of the arm. So I'm doing this several times a day. Subscribe now and let's ride.